Good morning, guys. And we are going to get started with our reading lesson for today. So, we have our reading design process. And we talked about structure yesterday. The structure of reading is what it looks like, how it's made. So, the structure of reading, what it looks like is pictures, letters and sounds, simple words that you can put your letters and sounds to build, sight words that you just have to know in order to read the sentence, and then sentences. All of that's put together to make sentences. The function of reading is to grow our brains, to help us learn, and to always do our best work. And we're going to ask, explore, model, evaluate, and explain. And we're asking, how can I become a better reader and writer? Just like in math yesterday, we're asking the same question because how can we become a better reader and writer? We'll have a different answer every single day for what we're learning. So we can keep the same question but have different answers to it when it's open-ended like that. That word how makes it very open to all sorts of different things that we can learn. We're going to explore. Yesterday we explored through connecting. Today we're going to talk about the characters. We have problem and solution and opinion the rest of this week. We're going to talk about all of those. That's how we're exploring it. We're going to model it, evaluate it, and then explain it. You're going to do that with your thinking. Normally in class, you see how we would do that, but this time we're going to do it differently, a little bit differently. So today we're going to explore the characters in our story. And our story is Don't Let Pigeon Drive the Bus. We really only have one character. I mean, you can count the bus driver, but it's really one character. And so for Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, says you can learn a lot about a character by the way they act and the things that they say. What do we know about pigeon? Well, in the book, pigeon is a word that I use, and I've used it with some of you guys too. The word is persistent. Persistent. It means to keep at it, to keep going, to keep doing. He was very persistent. What was he persistent with? He wanted to drive the bus. The whole book is about him trying to convince us to drive the bus. So he is persistent. So I'm going to come up here and put that trait. Ooh, I'm going to make it smaller. So I'm going to say persistent. So that he was persistent. So persistent. What did I just say it meant? He kept at it. He kept going. He was trying to persuade us. He was very persistent in asking. He kept asking. He didn't get discouraged. He didn't, he may have acted discouraged, but he kept on asking us, didn't he? So he wasn't really like not going to do anything. He honestly was trying, let me drive the bus. Let me drive the bus. So from the text, from the book itself, how is he persistent? And we're going to say, so how was he persistent? So I'm going to bring up he kept asking to drive the bus. And I'm going to go further. I'm going to say he never gave up his dream of driving. Let me take that off. Driving the So he kept asking to drive the bus. He never gave up on his dream of driving the bus. And at the end of the book, even at the very end of the book, he smiles and goes, "Hey!" And he looks over and he sees that big truck, and he's like, "Oh, I could go drive that truck." Because remember, the bus driver got back in the bus and drove it off. So Pigeon really didn't change his dream so much. He just changed what he was going to drive, but he still wanted to drive. Pigeon persistence is a really good character trait to have. Sometimes um, it's thought of negatively, it's thought of in a bad way. And the reason it's thought of in a bad way is like, have you ever wanted to like go outside, go outside, go outside, go outside, and you keep asking your mom and dad, can we go outside? Can we go outside? Can we go outside? Can we go outside? And then your mom and dad get very frustrated. It's not that they don't want you to go outside, and it's not that they don't want you to ask. But I think back to my own personal kids. My kids are very persistent. If they want something, they keep asking until either I put my foot down and say no, or I say, okay, that's fine, you can do that. I think of the character from Cars, Tow Mater is very persistent. He is persistent with Lightning McQueen that he's going to be his friend, and he just keeps trying and keeps trying and keeps trying and keeps trying. You know, Lightning, the whole movie in Cars, he's like, no, 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 I don't want to be your friend, don't want to be your friend. But Tomater's still persistent, persistent, persistent. The little Tin Lizzie that's in there, she's persistent too because she just knew that things were going to work out and she was trying to make it work. So being persistent is not a bad thing. It's a good trait to have. And Pigeon is very persistent. You can see that in all of his books that Mo Willems writes with Pigeon. We're going to read another one tomorrow called The Pigeon Finds a Hot Dog. And we're going to talk about his trait tomorrow too with Pigeon Finds a Hot Dog. So don't use persistence as a bad thing, but do it kindly. You can ask and be persistent and still be very, very kind. So today I want you to look for evidence of somebody being persistent. It means they don't give up, they kept going, and they kept putting one foot in front of the other, kept following their dream. So look for people that are persistent in your life. Even if it's your mom and dad telling you to get your schoolwork done, they're persistent because they love you. So be on the lookout using that character trait of persistent. He was persistent. So I will see you guys in a little bit for word work. Love you. Don't forget to go on Seesaw and get your assignments done.